Assalamu alaikum. Nucleus. Nucleus in Latin means nut or core, and in Greek it translates to karyot, hence the term eukaryote. The nucleus is the basis of the cell. It contains the cell's genetic material, and all protein synthesis starts in the nucleus. And proteins do everything. The nucleus contains all the genetic material of the cell in the form of DNA chromosomes. The chromosome is a huge DNA complex tightly coiled and packaged to form an X-shaped chromosome. DNA is an abbreviation for deoxyribonucleic acid, which consists of nucleic acids and sugar. We will talk about the structure of DNA and chromosomes in detail in the medical genetics lessons. Most cells contain a single nucleus, but some do not contain a nucleus inside, such as red blood cells. And some contain many nuclei, such as muscle cells. The region inside the nucleus is called the nucleoplasm. The nucleus contains a small region called the nucleolus. It is responsible for the production of ribosomes, which are involved in the process of protein synthesis. Under a light microscope, the nucleus possesses chromatin, which is the shape of the DNA under the microscope. It may be low density euchromatin, which is light in color, or high density heterochromatin, which is dark in color under the microscope. And we'll learn when the DNA is dense and when it is not in the genetics lessons. The nucleus is surrounded by a nuclear envelope, which consists of two layers, outer nuclear membrane and inner nuclear membrane, each of which has a similar structure to the cell membrane with some features of its own. As in the cell membrane, the nuclear membrane, which has the same basic structure, allows the passage of molecules selectively. That is, it allows some of them and prevents others from passing through. But nuclear pores, which are made of proteins called nuclear porins, allow the passage of large molecules such as proteins, ribosomes, and nucleic acids. Let's go back to protein synthesis. A protein called RNA polymerase found inside the nucleus plays a role in the transcription of DNA into messenger RNA, mRNA, which will exit through the nuclear pores to be translated into proteins in the cytoplasm by ribosomes. Those are ribosomal RNA, rRNA, and transfer RNA, tRNA. Later on, this protein goes through a post-translational modification process inside the endoplasmic reticulum. Now let's do a quick review. The nucleus is the organ that contains the cell's genetic material in the form of DNA chromosomes. The nucleus is surrounded by a nuclear envelope composed of two membrane layers similar in structure to the cell membrane, and they also have nuclear pores. The RNA polymerase enzymes present in the nucleus transcribe the genes from DNA into messenger RNA. And then this mRNA exits through the nuclear pores to be translated into proteins in the cytoplasm by transfer RNA and ribosomal RNA, which are originally synthesized in the nucleus. This concludes our discussion about the subject. If you want to test your knowledge by solving the questions, continue the video. The nuclear envelope contains nuclear pores that allow the passage of proteins, ribosomes, and nucleic acids that cannot penetrate through the membrane. The RNA polymerase in the nucleus transcribes the genes into mRNA, which will exit the nucleus through the pores, and so on. We said that some cells do not have a nucleus, and we gave an example to this, red blood cells.